Hello to everybody. Happy Sunday to you, whatever you are up to. I hope you've had a really, really glorious day in the sunshine, whatever you've been doing. Hope you've had a gentle weekend. It's really lovely to have you with us. It's always lovely on a Sunday to come together, to create this sacred space online, to recreate, I'll try to at very least, what we have in our beautiful church congregation. And this evening, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome back Angie Freeland. Hi, Angie. How are you doing?
Hi, Ashley. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Really well. We were just talking about it. We've been at the beach all day with our little one. So it's been quite an adventure, to be out. First trip to the beach this summer, but it's been really, really joyful.
I bet the children enjoyed that.
It's been really lovely. Hello to everybody that's joined us. Hello to lovely Lorraine. Hope you had an amazing birthday, Lorraine. Hello to Mary Dixie, to Angela. Oh, hi, Angie. Oh, you're new. Very welcome. Welcome here. Anyone that's here for the first time just discovered us. And also welcome to our hard and fast regulars such as Jamie Williamson. Hi, Jamie. How are you doing?
Hi,
and lovely. He's such a super fan. The lovely Phil Shaw, Linda Marie, Susan Gardner, and Sam. Hi, Sam. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Hello to everybody, and to everybody who's online as well, who haven't kind of put your name in the comments box, just to let you know that all things being willing and things being on our side, we're staying open and flexible this evening. But Angie has said that this is going to be an extended service. We're not going to be finishing at 7 because Angie has very kindly offered to demonstrate her mediumship. Should conditions prevail, it's all an experiment at the end. So please make sure that you say hi and where you're from in the comments box, just so that we can kind of make that energy transaction work. Okay. So what we are going to do, as we always do, friends, is we're going to light our candles to open this evening. And what I would like you to do is, if you haven't got your candle, you've got about 30 seconds now to run and go and get it. And also, if you could grab either a notebook and a pen, or at least 3 sheets of paper and a pen, because this is going to be an interactive service. This is a very special divine service, and we're going to be asking for you to contribute and take part. So if you haven't got those, you've got about 30 seconds to go and scrabble around in your kitchen drawer and go and find them, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Hopefully you've managed to grab a pen and something to write on, and your candles. Okay, so we're going to drop into that space, friends, where we light our candles, and we do this to symbolize creating that sacred space, to differentiate from wherever you come from, making tea, being out with the family, whatever you've been doing today, and creating that space and time for you to be with your loved ones in the spirit world, and just to be in that quiet, still space. So as I light my candle this evening, it's nice to this is interesting. It's nice to visualize all of these candles all being lit wherever we are in the world, wherever you are in the UK, wherever you are in your home, bringing us all together through time and space. People watching this in the future, watching this on a catch-up or recording, isn't that a marvelous thought, us all to be connected in light? Okay, and so as we create that prayerful space, I would like to hand over to the lovely Angie to open our service in opening prayer, and then we'll say the Lord's Prayer.
Hello, everyone. So can we just take a moment to just catch our breath and to be there. And if you want to close your eyes, open them, whichever's right for you. And as we gather and unite here today, I ask us all to give thanks for the many blessings that we have in our life today, and for the many joys and wonders that each day brings us. And as the veil is lifted this evening, and we spend a few brief moments of time with Spirit and with our loved ones, let's give thanks for the love, support and guidance that we are given from the divine, from Spirit, our guides and angels, every moment of every day. I also ask us, please, to spare a few moments to send out healing and prayers for those that are less fortunate than ourselves, for those who are sick, for countries that are at war, and for all those that are facing challenging times right now. May we unite and be their path of light. May we help them wherever and whenever we can. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Angie. And now we're going to say the Lord's Prayer together, friends. And so as we say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not when in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you, everybody. And this is the part of the service that we dedicate to absent healing. And this is going to lead into what we're going to be talking about in the service a bit later on. As you know, this is a service of hope and light and thanksgiving. And so we're going to start off with that healing energy, that very important task that the great spiritual pioneers and thinkers and guides such as Silver Birch talked about, the importance of absent healing and how it's something that we are born with the ability to do. And so now, friends, I'd invite you to come into that quiet healing space where you sit quietly in your own homes, wherever you are, and just create the atmosphere around you. Sink into that quietness, the place that you send thoughts of love and upliftment and healing to those people that you know and also those people that you don't know. And so I'll say a short blessing and then play some music for you to send your thoughts out to people that you know and love. And then I'll bring you back by saying Amen. And so, dear friends, we ask, may we desire to be healed. May what is wounded in our lives be restored to good health. May we be receptive to the ways in which healing needs to happen. May we take good care of ourselves. May we extend compassion to all that hurts within our bodies and our souls. May we be patient with the time that it takes to heal. May we be aware of the wonders of our body and our spirit and their ability to return us to good health. May we be open to receive kindness from those who extend care and compassion to us. May we rest peacefully under the sheltering wings of divine love, trusting in the gracious presence of Spirit. May we find small moments of beauty and joy to sustain us. And may we keep hope forever eternal in our hearts. Now, friends, I play some music for you to send your own thoughts of absent healing. Thank you, friends. Amen. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for joining in with that very powerful absent healing. And now I'd like to hand over the next part of the service to Angie for your reading, followed by your address. Angie.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to read you tonight is it's a book called The Turning Point by Pamela Constantine, who happens to be a friend of mine as well, and she's a very, very spiritual lady. And it's called The Ever New Story. It is time to leave the old story we have been telling one another for so long. A better story waits to be born, which will give back to us genuine worth, great joy, and real purpose in living. It represents a mighty truth which modern humanity has relegated to the realms of myth, for it is a glorious love story. It is unending and wants to include us all, each and every one of us. The fact is, people generally have been influenced by the insidious trends of society to believe in the power of science, money, status, materialism, etc., etc., etc. Every power but the power of love. Ever since God was removed from the story, man-made gods have come to rule. But without awareness of love's lighting power, man loses sight, sees only darkness, and expresses only doom and gloom. Yet we can leave that sad old tale at any time by waking up to the true story, which is told by love in our hearts, in our minds, and in all that we do. For although society has deposed God, his presence as love still resides within us. And we can choose that marvellous positive love as the real power in our lives now. Sharing this story, we can change the world around. It can become a divinely intended, a place in which to bring forth and share our finest potential, and so transform society into one where the true self can prosper against kindred. We do not have to wait for someone to do this. It matters not that others are still presenting the old tale. Much as one person proceeds from love, society begins to change. For this power is infectious and quickly spreads. Just keep your focus on love and build this world around you. This is all any of us do. The old story we've forgotten, as the true story of endless love communicates itself around the world, gaining momentum with each fresh presentation. The sorry tale we told one another in the dark will be forgotten as the light of love returns. This ever new tale is capable of spreading like wildfire, for love is quick to act. Together we can begin it. Let's do so. Let's begin the most wondrous of all stories, as of this minute, the story of love universal, of which we are all a part. I just felt that was so fitting with everything that's going on in this world. You know, I can't hear you, Ashley.
You don't need to. The floor is yours, Angie.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just thought that was, really fitting for everything that's going on in this world, for all, the insecurities we've had, the unsure times that we've had. It is about love, and we need to keep hold of that. That's the first very important thing for me, is we do need to keep hold of that, And it has been strange times over the last few months, as we all know, and we've all heard that saying, and we've all heard it many times now. And the reality is, it's true. We have been through some hard times. It's been a time where we've been at risk. We've not known where to go, what's happening. And it's been concerning for us all. It's been a time when I feel that, it felt for me personally like the rug had been pulled from under our feet. And our world was forced into change, a change that none of us were really prepared for. Our environment became small, and we felt the quietness of the streets as we walked around because we'd gone into lockdown. Now, I have to say, sometimes we were in Tenerife for the lockdown, and sometimes it felt like we were under martial law, because we used to see the troops going around the streets, checking out who's out and who's not. So sometimes it did feel a bit like that. But it was also reassuring that it was being taken seriously and that things were happening. So, that, for me, that was quite a positive thing, And we know that there were many that flouted the laws in this country and in every other country, and that's been worrying on its own. I mean, I'm sure that all of us, we've gone out for shopping or whatever for essentials, and we can see what people are doing, and that it feels like they're not listening, but we've dealt with it. We have dealt with that. In spite of it all, we're still here. We are still living, and as each morning rises, the sunshine rises, we live the magic of the day, knowing that we're living another day. So for me, that is powerful. That is, we have always got a foundation, a base to start on, as scared as we are, But what's been so wonderful here is the camaraderie of people together, and all that could be conquered. you know. I mean, we've had times where we've been, you know, reminded of death toll and the statistics of how many have passed, but we kept each other strong through this. We kept each other going, you know. And I know, for me, I feel this is exactly what God wants us to do. This is what He knows is within us, that spark of God. And every single time that we care for someone, that we share something, we are igniting that spark, and it's becoming one within us all. We're united together, and I just think that is so powerful. You know, so I feel, for me, I've sat and I've watched, not only on the media but people around us. I've sat and I've watched some very caring people where they've done so much. You know, there were some that were highlighted in the news, and we know that, you know, Cat Tom and all of these wonderful people that did all that. But for me, it didn't stop there. This unitedness, that was all wonderful. I mean, I loved the Thursday nights where everyone would stand out and clap. I used to get quite emotional, actually, because I just think this is a real time of togetherness, and I always found that quite emotional to cope with every Thursday. But it was a fabulous feeling. And we saw, as I said, we saw some wonderful people doing so much, not just for the NHS, but for everybody else. And they were highlighted on the media. But you know what? There were others behind the scenes. There were those that would share something with someone if they could see that they were struggling. They'd give them a helping hand. There was those would give a smile because they know somebody needs that right now, because that can change so much when you just receive a smile and an acknowledgement that you are there. We all together shared the you know, the united, even the worry. Even worry was great to talk about with other people, you know, and maybe sometimes we could even help to give something back by maybe alleviating some of that worry and the stress. All of that was going on. There were some fantastic people out there doing so much behind the scenes, but never really saw themselves as doing that. And you know who those people are? It's you. It is everybody, absolutely everybody. No matter how tough times got, you were there for you, for your neighbour. You kept people strong. You kept people going. And you probably didn't even realise it half the time. Just as I said, just that smile, just that, well, I'll get you shopping and I'll leave it on the doorstep for you. All of that meant something so much. I know for me it was a wake-up call. I mean, I always value life. I value everybody's. But in that lockdown, I had to ask myself and question myself, do I really value it that much? Or am I learning to do that now? You know, I care for people, but do I take the time out to check that people are okay? And I tell you what, you know, I made sure from that moment on, that's exactly what I did, because we're all important. We all matter and we all help each other. This unitedness that we have found through a pandemic is so wonderful, because we are working as God wants us to. We are working as a family. We are working as a team. You know, within families, there may have been rifts, but people realise, actually, is it worth it? Life is too short, or this lifetime is too short. Been all of that as well. So for me, although we can never, ever forget the people that have passed, the people that and still are, the people that, you know, the frontline workers, emergency services, and their wonders of what they've done for us all. And I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. And I know all of you do as well, because without them, we really would have been stuck and we would have been lost. But we can look forward and say, do you know what? There's some small celebrations here. There's some small celebrations, just little ones. But the little ones grow into bigger things. We celebrate that we found our way through it. We celebrate that we found our way through it with others, that we share things with others. We celebrate now that we are in a transition that's taken us forward into a world we don't actually quite know right now, because we're still finding the new normality. But yet we can celebrate the fact we made it here. We've got this far. That's a celebration. you know. And I think for many, there were people that kind of questioned, who am I in this lockdown? You know, what is my purpose? Where do I go from here? All of that, that is all something to say, because it means we are not defeating. We are carrying on regardless, you know, and that is so powerful. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate what you have done, because I know as I'm talking, I can imagine when I say how others helped others, I can imagine people saying, yeah, well, I did that, but you know what, it's not really that much. It is. Celebrate what you did and what you're still doing. Everything like that is important. And you know where that comes from? Love. And that love is God's love, you know. And I think what has been shown throughout the world, I know there's still, if you like, politicians at it and arguing and stuff like that, but in amongst all of that and everything else that's gone on, you know, we have come to a different understanding about this world and what we need to do, and we are still coming to that now. But we can celebrate that we've got this far. We can celebrate that we are doing this, and you know, we can celebrate that we are now looking at the direction that we all need to go in order to make this world a better place. We've already started that in lockdown, and all the things that I've said, we've already started all of that, but we can continue to celebrate that every day that we get up and put one foot in front of the other. Celebrate. Do it for the people that, you know, have passed. Do it for the people, our families, our loved ones, and be there. Let's get this moving together as a family. And I think that's where everybody is at the moment. Certainly the majority. You do have some, we know that, but if you look on the whole, the majority are wanting a new world, a new change that we can all be a part of and be proud of. And I think that's so, so, so important. Before I close, I just want to close on my address. I'm not going away. But before I close on my address, I want to say a huge thank you to Ashley, because, and all others like Ashley, because bringing a service every week shows such commitment, such patience. You know, it was never questioned, and it's been absolutely fantastic to have you there, Ashley, to know that we could all come to this place, and others that are doing exactly the same. There was somewhere we could all go to, should we want to. So a very, very big thank you from me, and I'm sure others, because you know what? You're a star. Thank you. That's me.
Oh, Angie, thank you so much. And everybody, and for an amazing address. Gosh, talk about setting the tone and getting us all fired up. And I know that there were lots of people, lots of hearts and likes and people loving that. Nicola from Littleport, hello Nicola from Littleport Spiritualist Church, was absolutely loving that. And Lorraine said, well said. Jamie's agrees with all your sentiments. Thank you so much for a really, gosh, synopsis of what we've been through and a really rousing call to action from the spirit world. So thank you to you and your people who inspired that this afternoon. Thank you. Lorraine is clapping. Lorraine Beckett is clapping from where she is in her home. Lovely, Lorraine. Okay, so everybody, we said this was going to be a really interactive service, and based on the mood and the kind of inference that Angie's spirit guides and spirit inspirers have said, when we said this is going to be a service of light and hope and gratitude, we wanted to mark this as a feeling like a real watershed moment in how much we've come through individually, as families, as spiritual people, as communities, as an entire planet coming together. We've come through something that in our lifetime we never expected we would go through together. And so it's really important. I'm drawing very much on the work of Francis Weller to explore what it is that we need to do as a community of spiritual people, because we're well aware as empathic, compassionate people, there are some people who have suffered some terrible hardships, some terrible tragedies. And sometimes it doesn't feel like we're able to express what's going on in our heart, because our heart goes out to those other people who have suffered such terrible things. And you think to yourself, who am I to complain about the fact that I've been at home and I haven't been able to leave the house? But actually, this is the place for us to bring that this afternoon, to bring all of those things, because unless we can create that space to go through that work, then how can we empty ourselves of that we've been holding to then be of service and move forward? And so this may be the only place that you get to express that. in ancient cultures, we had people, certainly from the Celtic tradition, that myself and Angie kind of describe heritage to. There were people who went from village to village and helped people articulate and mourn and grieve and talk and hear the stories and hear people's experiences. But in this really fast moving world, we don't have that. We don't have that. And we've been so much in crisis mode and helping and helping and helping that I would welcome and invite you to create this time now. And the reason why I've asked you to bring paper is to create this time for you, however you wish to use it. And the beauty of this being recorded is you can listen to this and allow it to wash over you. And then when you are ready, you can go back and choose to delve into it, or send this on to someone else who you think may benefit from Angie's words and the process we're going to walk through together. So what I'd ask you to do first and foremost, friends, is to take one of your pieces of paper and a pen. And I'm going to invite you to just spend some time. I'm going to play some music so you're not looking at our faces. There's no pressure, for a couple of minutes. If you want to continue after the service, then continue writing. But what I would like you to do is I would like you to, first of all, start writing on your piece of paper the things that you're receiving right now. And you can write it and address it to whoever you want to. You can address it to God. You can address it to the Great Spirit. You can address it to your parents and your ancestors and relatives in the spirit world. You can address it to the universe. You can address it to yourself, whoever it feels appropriate to at this time. But just to take some time to answer the question, I am thankful for ... I am in gratitude for, I am receiving all of those abundant things that you have, all of those small miracles that you've experienced over this period of lockdown. And so I'm going to give you a couple of moments now, friends, just to spend some time doing that. There's no expectation for you to share them in the chat box. This is for you to write down on your piece of paper, friends, and we'll call you back in a few moments. Thank you, friends. And as I said, you can continue that. And do you know what is very miraculous? How that sometimes turns into a very, very long prayer. You know, there's many mystics that say there's only two prayers in this world, and one of them is thank you, and the other one is I need help with. There's only two real prayers in this world. So continue that exercise as you feel moved to do that. And it's important to just really be in gratitude at this time. So fold that piece of paper up and put it to one side. And now we're going to move on to the next piece of paper. And as you're following my logic, anyone that's done any kind of work with me before will know that we're now going to address those slightly deeper issues, the things that we're grieving for. And I'd ask you not only to think of grief in the physical loss of a soul moving back to the world of spirit, but also think about those other things that we're grieving for. So I pray for in the world. I'm grieving for the people I know in food poverty that actually have struggled even more so over these last couple of months, that haven't had those structures from social services to support them. There's lots and lots of things, these intangible things that you need to scratch slightly below the surface to recognize what it is that we're grieving. So again, on your next piece of paper, the things you're asking for help with, the things that you're praying for, the things that you would like help to go to people that you know and love. This is your opportunity just to start jotting some of those things down. And again, there's no rush. You can continue this after we've finished this service this evening. I'm going to play some more music and then I'll bring you back in a moment or so. Thank you, friends. And on your third piece of paper, I'm not going to ask you to write on that yet, but I'd like you to title it, How My Spirit is Called to Help. And this is going to take slightly more work. And what I invite you to do is after this service is to start writing how my spirit is called to help, and then just allow the spirit world to inspire you, how your spirit is being spoken to. What is really calling to you, how you would like to contribute, the things, all of the things that Angie spoke about, the little miracles that you've seen, the things that you've done, where you've moved out of your comfort zone and you've done things to help people around you. What is it that you're feeling called to do by the spirit world? Now they have your attention. Now you're being used in service. Now you've made a commitment to attend online seminars, whatever it is, just make a note of it. And I'm not going to ask you to do anything with these pieces of paper, but it might be nice to put a note in your diary for 6 months down the line, a year down the line, however you want to do it, and revisit your pieces of paper and just examine how things have changed for you and what's moved in energetically for the people that you've spoken about on your list. So that was a very small exercise, and thank you so much for taking part, everybody. It's really important that we just create that space to process where we've been, be thankful for what we've experienced, and just to make sure that we're moving our energy forward. Thank you, everybody. And I'm now going to hand over to Angie. This is the point in the service where it's going to be very experimental, and we're going to see what happens, what happens with the spirit world. It's down to them. Angie and Spirit are in charge. So please do keep your energy up, send your love to Angie, and just be mindful of the fact this is being broadcast live on Facebook. So if you can take any of the information that Angie is delivering as someone you know and love in the spirit world, then please just make yourself known on the chat box and we will do our very best to connect you too. Okay, over to you, Ange.
Okay, okay, I'm going to start straight away. I have with me this lovely gentleman who I know that is this to be dead. I know this gentleman. I feel he's passed slowly because and you know he went down. I feel as though he went down. So I know that he didn't pass quickly. I know that he had been ill. Now it's interesting where he takes me to. Used to love a little pint. Well, I say a little pint. Pints are never little, are they? But you know, the odd one or two. And I know it will be a dark drink. I know it will be a dark drink. I don't know if it's Guinness or something like that, but I can see a dark, so it'd be a dark beer or a Guinness or something like that he used to thoroughly enjoy. I know that he was close to his family. I know with him, he was very much somebody that his family meant everything to him. He was quite happy in the middle of it all and let everybody else get on with it. He was, you know, because I feel years ago it used to be a man's man. He wasn't like that. This was a gentle soul. This was somebody that was very close to his family. He used to like to have the drink, and as I said, the dark drink. I feel I'm going up north with him as well. I feel I'm going up north with him also. Who can anyone understand this information?
Okay, does anyone understand the gentleman that Angie's describing? Because everyone's breaking up.
I feel as though, sorry?
And so we've got an Angie, the Angie Fest. Yeah. She said she can take it possibly. When you're replying back to Angie, can you say what you can take, guys? That would be great.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see any of these ones? So we've got Angela, Karen, and Jane. Potentially.
No, I can't see anything. Nothing's coming out. Oh, chat. Hang on a second.
So Desiree can take the man and up north. Angela Dennis can take all of it.
Okay, she can take all of it. Hang on 1 second, because I've pressed a button here. That's it. I'm better. Good. I'm glad she can take all of it. So I know with him would have been very close to her. She'd understand that. Now I want to put the pandemic to a side, because let's face it, every being in this world is you know, their lives have changed as a result of this. So let's pop that to the side. But I feel for this lady also, I feel that he wants around because he knows that changes are going on within her life at the moment, because life's been very up and down for her. But he wants her to know that he's around her and supporting her the way he would have when he was here. Can she understand what he's talking about with that?
All eyes on Angela to see how fast she can type now. Okay. If yeah, she can take it. So for people getting messages, if you can just continually put if you can take it, that would be great. Okay. Thank you, Angela.
It's just so I know that, and do you know what? I think he's such a cheeky chap. I wouldn't call him a cheeky chappy, because his spirit was always good, but he has that mischievous part to him as well. Now I know that he had that when he was here, but I know he also still has that from spirit. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's kind of felt him around her or experienced something moving, because he just wants her to, in a cheeky way, that, you know, he was around her, that he's around her, particularly at the moment. I know he's also saying he's proud of the fact she stood up for herself and she's changing things for herself. So is Angie or Angela? Which does she prefer to be called? Is it Angie or Angela? Because
with Angela.
You know, Angela. Okay. So you know, can Angela understand all of this and what he's getting at here? Yes. Great. Okay. He's having a laugh recently. I know recently it's almost like, because Angela is very like her dad with personality. She's very like her dad with personality. There is a cheeky side to her, but when she puts her foot down, she means it. And he's laughing because it's like what she's done recently is put her foot down. I mean, she hasn't put foot down. She's acting as the boundaries are being broken. So just be aware of that. And just know also that he is loving the flowers, because I know that he's showing me all different colour flowers. Would that make sense to her? Does she understand what he's talking about with that? Okay, because that seems to be quite significant. Okay, is there a yet for that?
There's a bit of a time delay, but we're all eyes on Angela. Yeah, she can take that. Yeah.
So I know that he's letting you know that he loves all that, and I know also she's become braver in her world, and I don't see that as just as what we're going through with the pandemic as part of that. I feel as though that's helped her, but she's becoming braver in her world. Over the last 9 months, I want to say months, there's been a change after change after change for Angela. And I know my opinion of what he's given me is, you know what? He's still there. He's still supporting you. She's not on her own. She is not on her own, because there are times when she feels like she's on her own, you know. And I know with her that, you know, there is this part of her now that's almost like it's been reignited, like you know, something that she's wanted to do that I feel as though she's opening up with now, and that she's, you know, she's going to start this. And I know that he's letting her know that he's with her, he's having fun, walking on the path with her as she does this. Okay, so I know there's a lot of shifts in her life, but I also know that she's not on her own with all this. And well done, because this is what Dad wants you to know. well done. He has some wonderful memories. You know, you guys can talk to each other about anything. I know with him, I feel I want to go outside with him because I feel this is where he liked to be, so he could catch air and, you know, whatever. I know that he really enjoyed that. I know, you know, since he has passed, he's gone back to some favourite places. I know that it's almost like they're very rural. Would she understand that, what he's talking about there? Just put a yes, Angela, and then I will know. Yes. There's
She's
so
still
much
typing. Okay,
so
Angela
much.
can't take. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, she can't take that bit.
She can't take that bit. No.
Okay.
Right.
So let me just stay with it for a moment, because I know that he's letting her know that he is looking out over, and I know there are fields there. I know this is where somebody he would probably have talked about or have been to, that would have been significant within his life. Okay, so I know that he's letting her know through this that he's okay. He's laughing at the moment. She needs to step back and not get herself so stressed. She's doing so well at the moment. You know, she's doing so well. Know that you know, he is with her. Know that there's some tremendous love that's still there. And I know he also wants to say a very big thank you for being there for him, because he knows that you were, Angela. He knows that you were. And he, you know, he knows how much you talk to him and miss him. He's hearing you, my love. You know, go back to the photo which means so much to you, that, you know, that is there. And when you're there with him, he's there with you. And I'm just going to leave his love with you. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. As everyone is probably seeing, as Angie takes a quick drink, she does go like the clappers, and her spirit team work really fast. So you're going to have to be pretty quick on the typing with your confirmation, guys. And just to address Phil's point, thank you for it. It did look like Angie was with more than one person there. And do you know what? Sometimes spirit work like that, don't they, Angie? That sometimes you can almost take everything that's being said, but there's always some clarifying evidence that separates it. And do you know what? Isn't that the blessing of spirit? That we all go, oh gosh, now I'm thinking of my loved one in spirit.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, what I would say there is listen to the message, because it'd be very symbolic to those that didn't receive that. But it isn't for them. You know, sometimes it's about listen to the message, and that's important. Okay.
Thank
so
you.
now, right, okay, I have a lovely lady coming through now. With this lady, she would have said it as it was, because I know as she comes through, she's got an air of how do I put this? She's got an air of you know, I'm straight talking. I say it as I am. I'm no messy. But yeah, I know with this lady, I also know that, you know what, she may not suffer falls gladly, but she had a heart of gold herself. You know, she had a heart of gold, and she was somebody that was very lively and lovely to be around. I know with this lady, I feel as though she passed. I feel as though she passed of I want to say cancer. I feel as though cancerous kind of condition, because I could see her going down, and I feel that she must have gone down in a period of just literally months before she actually passed. I know with her, come on, my darling. Oh, okay. I feel with her the name Jan or Jean is connected. Okay, somehow I don't feel as though it's her name, but I feel the name Jan or Jean is connected. Can anyone understand this information?
Okay, got a straight talking lady, passed with cancer, Jan or Jean connected. If anyone's
I know that she passed with I want to say a cancerous condition. I know that it was over a period of literally months, because I feel as though she may have been ill, but once she was diagnosed, it went quite fast, and she went down quite fast. You know, I feel as though there is, and I do get things wrong, but I feel as though there's a name Jan or Jean that is connected to this lady. So can anyone understand this information? She liked to have a laugh and a joke. This lady liked to have a laugh and a joke. But you know what? She had a heart of gold. She just wouldn't suffer falls gladly, you know. Bless her heart. She's somebody that you would have known was in a room, not because she's loud-mouthed or anything like that, but because she had that kind of big energy. Is anyone understanding this?
We've got two people that are coming through with J names.
Right.
So Lynn Smith is saying she's got a Joan.
Right. Okay. Can she understand all the information? So the one with Joan, can she understand all of the information?
So Joanne, her mum's middle name is Jean, and she passed with cancer, but her mum's illness was over a few years.
No, this lady went fast. And I'm not going to try and change it because I feel as though she was diagnosed Absolutely. And then a few months later she passed. And I want to say 9 months was key. Is there somebody else there?
So Lynn Smith is saying it sounds like her mum.
Right. Okay. Okay. Can she understand everything that's given?
All eyes on Lynn.
I want to make sure I'm getting.
Yeah, she can take it all. She can take it all.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah. Fantastic. Hello, Lynn. Yeah, your mum, as she comes in, she's just so bouncy and so lively. Got a lovely personality, but I do laugh because as she came through, it was almost like, you know what, get this right, no messing. You know, but almost like in a jovial way she says that. She was very much someone who was straight talking, and she was very proud of that. She was very proud of that. Now I know that you and her would have been, you would have been close, but you could have clashed. You know, you could have clashed with each other. So, you know, but I know that you were there for each other. You know, I know that she passed you know, over a matter of months. Well, to me, that's quickly. You know, from a diagnosis to literally, I want to say the last 9 months. Oh, it's 6 months, is it? Okay. Okay. So, you know, but I knew it wasn't very long at all. And I know that this was, you know, this is something that, you know, it's fast, but at the same time it's painful to watch somebody like that. And she, you know, bless her heart, I do feel, Lynn, that you were with her when she passed or just before she passed. Can you understand that? Because I do feel you were with her around the time of her passing. Can you understand that, Lynn? Because I feel as though there's something here that she wants to say around that. Because I feel with her, what I'm getting very much here is that, you know, it's like she was very aware of people that was around her when she passed. And I do feel, Lynn, that I've got you there as well, as though that you were there with her or just before there. Because I know, bless her heart, I know that that was important to her. Can she just confirm that for me? Is she confirming that is Lynn confirming that for me? You nursed her, thank you. Because I know that there must have been a period where just before she passed, you were with her, but you must have come away, but you went back. Because I know that you've just come back, and it was just after that she passed. I know that, bless your heart, you kept everything together, not just about her health, but with everything that was going on within the family as well. And I know what your mum was saying is that I was no fault. I knew this stuff was going on. So I know, bless her heart, it was like, you know, I'm no fault. I knew this stuff was going on. But you know what? Mum wants to say a big thank you, a really big thank you. Not just because you nursed her, because, you know, she knows it, that you wanted to do that. And she knows that, you know, that was, you know, kind of like that was where you wanted to be. And you felt that you wouldn't have it any other way. But she wants to say thank you for sorting everything else out for her. It wasn't just her health. You put her mind at ease about so many different things. You know, and I do also mean as far as paperwork was concerned, stuff that needed doing, you know, and she's laughing because you kept people straight, you know, when they were around her. And you know what, for all of that, she is so grateful. Now, I know with this, I know that it's almost like, you know, you still kind of, it's almost like you've got a lot of grieving yet to do, and she knows that. And she knows that, and I know that you know, you do talk to her a lot. I know that you call out for her, and I do feel that you may have asked her to join you today, because I get a strong sense from Mum that, you know, that's you know, that was the case. So I know she wants you to know, you know what, those times that you don't sleep and you think of her because there's been stuff going on in your world right now, she's with you. She is with you. Okay. And I know also it's interesting because she says, you know, because when she was here, she was straight talking and everything. She showed this kind of, had this persona where she felt as though she, you know, I'm okay and I don't worry about a thing. But actually, behind the scenes, she was a bit of a worrier. And I know she feels like you're the same way too, because I get a strong sense of what she's doing. You know, and what she's doing is saying, look, step back, start enjoying your life. Start enjoying your life. That's what she wants for you, to enjoy your life. Don't let life stand still. And as much as you want to help others, make sure you think of yourself and put yourself in amongst that, because actually at the moment you're not doing that. And I know that I feel as though there's like a little bit of chaos going around your world right now. And remember, you can help people and you can support people, but you shouldn't do everything for them. I hope that makes sense to you, Lynn. If it does, can you just confirm that? But I know that she wants you to know you've got to start thinking of you. You've got to start thinking about what you need, and you know, and about bringing the stuff that you've put on the back burner for you to forward and start living your life. I know there's still stuff you've got to get through, but you are, in my opinion, what she's given me, that you are getting through that. And you know, just step back a little bit, and know that she's very much there and she's very much supporting you. And I know that also she's given me a bouquet of roses, so I feel as though you know, that must have been very special for her. She must have liked the roses. So I know that she's asking me to hand that over to you, which I duly am, which is her love. Okay. So I know, bless her heart, that she's letting you know, you know, she's with you every step of the way. And as she says that, I just feel so emotional, because it's almost like you feel, you know, are you there? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. You know, and she's laughing because she wants to help you to start laughing with life again, you know. And she's laughing at how you're kind of, at the moment, it's you're back and forth and up and down and meeting yourself coming back, and it's like, catch your breath, slow down, just slow down. Okay, you know that you are worth more than what you are getting right now. Know that, and know that she is. Do you know what? When she was here, she'd have given you a straight sharp talk. Oh, I love that. We both love flowers and the roses. Yeah, I love that. Sorry. So I know that, you know, she would have given it to you short and sharp, and she's giving it to you short and sharp now, as in, stop worrying, enjoy your life, and don't let others put on you, because that's exactly what's happening right now. Okay. And, you know, remember, life's about having a laugh. She used to love to have a laugh. You have a laugh too. Know that her big arms, because I felt Mum would have almost suffocated you when she gave you a hug. She's doing that to you right now. Okay. Know she's with you, and she's giving you all her love. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you so much, Lynn, for being fast and furious fingers and keeping up with the typing. Angie does go like the clappers.
I'm sorry, I do go like the clappers. You know, because when I'm whiskey, I just, you know,
Brilliant.
I hate to listen back to myself.
It's amazing. Literally, the amount of evidence is outstanding. Thank you so much, Angie. And also thank you to Karen Anderson. I appreciate, Karen, that Angie was working with Lynn, but you could mirror so much of what was happening there. Again, take the blessings of what you can take from that message. Thank you so much, Karen.
Okay. Right. Okay. Shall we go for one more, Ashley?
Yeah, one more.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I've got a gentleman coming in here now. With this gentleman, I feel as though he would have been a quiet man, not the easiest of men to be around, not the easiest of men to work with sometimes, or to communicate with. I know that he loved to go fishing. I know that he wants to go fishing, and for him, that's where that's where he got his kind of his enjoyment. Okay, but I know that's where he used to love to go fishing. I feel as though he passed quite quickly, and I don't feel as though he's that old either. You know, I mean, it's almost like I'm here one minute, I've gone the next. I feel like, but yeah, I feel before this guy passed, I feel as though I was down anyway. I wasn't in the best of frames of mind anyway. So I know that was all going on for him before he passed. I feel as though he was struggling with life at that, at times, and I feel at times before he passed. I know that it's almost like he shut himself off from people, because that was his way of dealing with things. So I know that all of this was going on for him before he passed. I know that I feel as though this is like either a brother or a brotherly relationship, because I feel as though this is that kind of that spirit. But I feel with him that, you know, whoever, you know, it's like you were close, you listened, but it just wasn't enough for me. Can anyone understand this information? A guy that loved fishing. I don't feel he's too old. He passed very quickly. He was having experiencing low moods, I say even depression before he passed. Was close. Who's here with this information?
So Elise can take a friend.
Right. Okay.
Similar. Because you said it was on that kind of
yes, I did.
brother link, didn't you?
So it's almost like a brother link, you know, because I know that she would have tried to help. She would have tried to have been supportive. And a lot of the time he took that, but there was a lot of the time he didn't also. And I feel as though he gave her a bit of a hard time not, you know, I feel as though it was difficult. You couldn't get to him. So that's what I mean about a hard time, because he did have a bit of a personality, whereas he would go up in, you know, he would go up in the air like that, and then come back down. Sometimes he was his own worst enemy, is what I want to say. He was his own worst enemy. Okay.
So can I just say, Angie, sorry to stop you there. So Elise can take this, a man who's a friend you like fishing. Also, Karen Anderson can take a friend called Luke.
Okay, and she can take everything else?
Karen, can you take the fishing and the low mood and the all the other bits and pieces that came with it as well? Because Elise can take all of it, but I don't want to...
Yeah, it could be a double link here, Ashley. It could be, I've got two. That's why I'm asking, can the other lady, what's the other lady's name?
Karen and Elise.
Yeah, it could be that two's come through.
Yeah. So Karen and Elise said they can take all of it.
Perfect. Right, I've got the two of them. So, Karen, can you just bear with me, my love? What I'm going to do, Karen, is I'm going to ask your lovely gentleman to come, you know, to speak to me afterwards. I'm putting him to the side for the moment, but I won't forget about him or you, I promise. So I'm going to go back to Elise here, because I know that with this gentleman, I feel like, you know, he had such a gentle heart. He just couldn't express himself very well. He just tried and he tried and tried. I feel as though I want to have a drink. Would she understand this? I want to have a drink. I feel like I'm having a drink. Would have liked a drink. But I know that he did care. He cared deeply. He didn't always know how to show it. Okay. I know that with him, I feel as though drink was in his life. Let's put it that way. Was in his life. He struggled to find peace. He struggled to find peace within this world. He never could seem to cope with it very well. And I know what he wants to say is a big thank you to Elise for all that she, you know, all the help that she gave. Because yes, she was there at times and gentle, but other times she'd boot him up the backside when she felt that he needed it. And he sometimes reacted to that. But you know what? Deep down, he was grateful for that. He was grateful for that. He knew that, you know, you were helping him, and he wants you to know that. He wants you to know that. You know, so I know that with him, he for the last year of his life, he was going through some really troubled times, up and down, and you were there. So I know that he's saying thank you. Thank you for the words that you used to give him. Thank you for the sympathy and for the boot up the backside when you felt I need it. But more than that, thank you on the odd times that he was able to have that laugh and joke. Thank you that you were there to have that with, you know. And I know this is a man that would never have said sorry when he was here. The only time he would say sorry is if he wanted to get out something without truly meaning it. But he truly does mean the word sorry. He means it from his heart, I can tell you. He means sorry from his heart, because he knows that, you know, you only ever had his best intentions at heart. He knows that. He wasn't used to people caring for him in that way, you know. He wasn't used to that. He didn't know what to do with that, you know. But I know there was a huge thank you for all of your support, because this support went on for years. It wasn't just something over the last year. I want to say 2 or 3 years previously, there was all this up and down. Okay, so I know that you gave him a tremendous amount of support. Now I know also that you know, it's almost like what he's given me is that it's like you're coming through the tough time and you're looking forward now. You've been able to come through. You've closed some doors. You've closed some doors. You've put in some boundaries. Now you're starting to move forward, and he is so pleased to see that happening. So pleased to see that happening. Know that, you know, you gave him so much support. He's going to return the favor. He's going to return the favor. You know that he's okay now, and know that he's going to make sure that you're okay. Okay, he's going to be there to support you and look after you where you need it. Okay, but he's so glad to see that you have started closing doors and you're making that path for you. And don't forget, this path is for you, not for others, unless you want them there. And that's so key. That is so key to what's going on for you within your life right now. So, you know, there are still 2 people around you that he feels you need to have a think about, and you know, let that gut feel, that instinct tell you what's going on there. There are still 2 that he's showing me. Know that he's okay. Thank you for the good times. Thank you for the talks. Thank you for being there, and thank you for loving me when I was the most difficult person to be loved. And I'm leaving all his love with you. Okay. So now, Karen, I have your lovely gentleman here now. With this gentleman, I feel as though he could be upbeat. You know, I feel as though that was like a nervous energy about this guy. I've got a nervous energy here about this guy. So I feel as though, you know, he could have been upbeat, and I do also feel that he liked to drink as well. But I feel as though he could have been upbeat and quite a nervous energy. I do feel also that he passed quite quickly. I feel also that he passed quite quickly. I do feel that there were some things in his life that was changing for the better just before he passed, but obviously never come into fruition because of his passing. I know, bless him, that, you know, he sees you and how you're moving forward and the things that you're doing. And I know that you do think of him and think, oh, I wish he could be here to see this. And he is saying, actually, I am here to see this. I am here. And by the way, I'm playing the music as loud as I want, and that's going to be quite significant, okay? Because him and his music, you know, he's letting you know that he's playing his music as loud as he wants to now. You know, he still has some crazy interests, you know, because he's not on this earth. Doesn't mean to say he's not here. He is here, and he still loves a good time. And I know that when you take time out, he loves to be with you, and sometimes you don't realize that he's there, but he is. And I know there's been a lot of this going on recently. I know within the next 3 months there's going to be some celebrations that may come up. I feel you may already know about this, but I know that he's letting you know, yeah, and I'm going to be there too. I feel as though this is like a birthday celebration. This is a birthday celebration that you're going to be at, or whatever, and I know that he's going to be there too, and he's letting you know. But you know what, he's not polishing his shoes, because as far as he's concerned, you know, you take me as you find me, and that's what he's glad to see that she's doing right now. Does Karen understand all of this? It gives me a chance to breathe.
Do you understand all of this, Karen? Can you confirm that?
I'm with it, I know, but
well, you seem to have got lots of yeses so far.
Perfect. Okay, that's great. Okay, so I just wanted to know. So let. I feel as though he must have. You know what I want to do? I've got a thing about cars. I don't know. There's something about cars here. So I feel as though he must have had an interest in cars, or there's something, an issue with a car when he was here. Okay, because I know that he's taken me to cars, and I want to say this car was white. This car was white, so I know that there was an issue around that car, and he's having a really good laugh about that. You know, he's got his personality back. He's got his sense of humour back. You know, and it's almost like I never really lost it, but he knows he could be awkward, stubborn, too fond of the old grog sometimes. You know. And a free spirit, and I do think he used to say that, I'm just a free spirit, you know, and that is very much how he's coming through today, because he's letting you know, Karen, he is a free spirit. He's reminding you, you are too. Don't feel bogged down by what others are giving you, because there's stuff going on for you there, you know, and you know, there's things that you've been fixing lately. Okay, there's things that you've been fixing lately, or attempting to fix lately. When he's coming to your mind, because he would have had a good old laugh about the way this is going. So I know that he's around you with that. If you can confirm that, that would be great. Okay. You know, and I feel with you, there's stuff going on around you. It's all unsettled. I feel as though you're finding yourself in amongst all this. You know, you're finding out who you are again, and you're really enjoying that now. It still has some emotional moments, and he's saying, "Don't worry, he's putting his arm around you the way you'd put your arm around him." You know, and he's just keeping an eye over you the way he would. I know one of the things he's given me is before you let rip. So there's obviously somebody that's frustrating you right now. Okay, I know that he's letting you know before you let rip, stand back and okay, because he feels that your energies will be better placed somewhere else. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, is what he's given me. I really hope all of this makes total sense for you. You know, his love's as strong as it always was. He knows what he was like. He knows what you're like, and he knows your qualities. And know that he may not be here physically, but spiritually, he always will be. And I'm just sending all his love. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Hopefully that all made sense for you, Karen. There are lots of yeses and yeses and yeses in the comments, so I'm sure that all made
complete sense. It must be so hard when somebody's going and you're going, oh, you got to type. You know, I can imagine that would be so hard.
And you're trying to listen and type at the same time. So, yes. And do you know what? And there's one thing, everybody that's watching this at home, and anyone that is actually developing their mediumship or their connection to the spirit world, you know, sometimes how transient it is and how much, you know, to start off with, it's really challenging. It's us, not spirit. It's us. It's really challenging. But to imagine to do that in slow time, waiting, give a bit of evidence and then wait for that confirmation to come back. You know, fair play to all the mediums that are working over the internet. It's amazing.
I on that one and I just carried on. I'll just carry on.
Just to confirm, I know that you're with spirit, but Karen said she can take all of it, and yeah, it was such a special message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angie.
That's so lovely.
And thank you to everybody that's so supportive and has been sending their love to everyone that's received a message this evening. All of you people who haven't received a message but are just so uplifted for other people getting that contact. It really is amazing.
Can I just also say there, so that for those that didn't receive a message, particularly if they felt they could take it, there will always be one thing that clinches it for who it is and who it's not for. That's the first thing. But listen to the message. Listen to the message, because if you feel as though that, you know, you can understand that, then that's for you as well, and that's so important. And thank you, Nicola Briggs, for saying that they're beautiful messages, and thank you for coming to listen to me. And thank you, Linda Marie Walden, as well. Thank you so
Linda.
much.
Oh, amazing. Oh, Angie, I can't wait. If anyone hasn't seen Angie working, then please do go and check her out. Have a look on her Facebook page and on her website to see where she's working. Now the churches are starting to open up again. It's amazing, isn't it? That all of these mediums will soon be working at churches near you, or go and check Angie out on our website.
I'm just to say I'm going to be doing some courses online very shortly. So if anyone's interested in that, just message me on my professional page and I will get back to them. I'm doing a fabulous one, an energy workshop in a few weeks. It explains how spirit works with energy and things like that. So I might enjoy that. Just message me.
Amazing. I did an amazing workshop with Angie last year. I can't believe it was last year. That was a mediumship workshop and colour in mediumship, and it was amazing. So highly recommend it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello to Susan and Judy and Steph and the lovely Eddie Rathbone and Leslie and Judy and everyone that we haven't had a chance to say hello to. It's so lovely to have you with us on a Sunday for this very special extended special service that we've done this evening. Just a couple of notices for you is that I've had so many emails and messages from you. It really does warm the heart to wonder when we're going to be reoccupying our lovely physical church again. As amazing as it's been to have mediums like Angie giving their time freely to us to keep the lights on for spirit, it will be lovely to be back. Just to let you know, because we don't have the privilege of having our own church, we are reliant on who we rent the buildings from. So as soon as we know anything, we will come back to you. And as soon as we've got all the safeguards in place, we will let you know as soon as possible. But until that time, you'll be able to continue to watch amazing mediums such as Angie from the comfort of your own home with a cold glass of whatever in your slippers. So until that time, we will let you know. Super. I'm now going to hand over to the lovely Angie Freeland to close our service with our closing prayer, and we will see you next Sunday at 6:15. Everybody, we had Jeb Mason with us, very first service with us next Sunday at 6:15. Okay. Over to you, Angie.
Okay, so just gather yourself again, get into that space again. Dear Lord, as we come to the end of our meeting today, We give thanks for the lovely messages of love, comfort and support that we have received this evening. And we ask you, Lord, that you help us to be of service to yourself, to spirit and to mankind. Help us always to show a sympathetic ear, to understand the plight of others and to be of support to them wherever and whenever we can, especially at the moment with all that this world is enduring. And for this we'll be so truly grateful. And we ask that please help us to help heal the world together. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Angie, for all of your amazing and all the work you do. We're so thankful to have you with us, and so thankful for everybody that's watching at home. It's really quite unbelievable to think how far we've come since March, that we've been together on this journey. So thank you everybody that's here and everyone that's watching on catch up and replay. And remember, if you want to do those exercises to the meditation music, you can go back and watch them and do them in your own time. And it's been lovely to have you with us. Thank you so much, everybody. Night night. We will see you soon. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.